How's it going, Commanders? So, for today's video, we got a lot of exciting news for today. We do have a brand new sidekick, which is Baby Groot from the Guardians of the Galaxy movies, which is adorable. We were able to have him as a back bling a couple of Marvel seasons ago, but now we have him as a full-blown sidekick, which is adorable. Not only that, we actually have 100 V-Bucks waiting for us in Save the World. One in Stonewood in a power level 19 retrieve the data, and the other one in a power level 100 retrieve the data in Twine Peaks, as well as a couple of honestly really great mission rewards available. But before any of that, if you commanders want to support me, please follow or subscribe depending on the platform, leave a like, and hey, maybe leave a comment, would be most appreciated. So before going over the item shop and the mission rewards, let's go ahead and check out the little Winterfest cabin, and I'm gonna go ahead and check the right side next. Do I have anything on the right side? I got this big one right over here. Let's check to see what is hiding in this Christmas present. And it is the Shadow Storm Contrail. That doesn't look too bad, actually. It's not that bad of a present. I'm happy with that. Okay, one of the only few things that I do like from the free Christmas gifts. But starting us off in the item shop, we got that brand new sidekick Groot, or in this case Baby Groot from Guardians of the Galaxy. Love it so much. This little Groot reminds me so much of that one scene from Guardians of the Galaxy 2 where the leader of the Ravagers and Rocket, as well as Baby Groot, got captured. And when they escape, all I remember is Baby Groot just chasing after one of the Ravagers before tripping him and throwing him off the bridge. It's adorable. But we also got the return of Star-Lord, we got the return of Gamora, we got I Show Speed still here, The Simpsons is back with Bart Simpson and Tidy Whitey Homer bundle, Street Fighters is still available, we got the Goldbound returning with Champions of the Pitch and Star Playmakers, let's see, FNCS is still here, Arcane Jinx and Arcane Vi are still available, K-Pop Demon Hunters is still here, Zoe's Best Girl, Stranger Things is still here with the Party Bundle, Vecna, 11, Chief Hopper and Demigorgon, Reyna is still available, which is very nice. Fa La La Fish Sticks, Holiday Hook, Fishy Festive, and Snow Carver are still here. The Unwrapped Special Delivery Bundle and basically everything else here are going to be leaving tomorrow afternoon. Santa Brina still here. Snow Miku still available, very nice. Celebration of Hogwarts, still hate it. Kim Kardashian, thank God it's going to be leaving tomorrow afternoon. Bleach is still here, love that. Victory Vibes, Bodies, I have no idea who remade this song, but all I remember is Bodies by Drowning Pool. I remember listening to that back in high school, but this new remake of it, it doesn't sit well with me, honestly. But all these emotes are going to be leaving tomorrow afternoon, so get them while you can. Lil Ludi is still here, along with Yeehaw, Bash, and Llama Loafers. Back to the Future is still here. Batman Beyond, sadly, is going to be leaving tomorrow afternoon. SpongeBob SquarePants is still here, which is very nice to see. No Sweat section, same as before. Battle Ready, same, except we actually do have the return of Swamp Stalker, Bellberry, Simtar, Aspen, Velocity, Boogie Basher, Free Mix, Key Sweeper, Quick Strike, Bandage, Demon Skull, and Glyphica. Jam Tracks, we got the return of Kid Cudi, Mustard featuring Roddy Ricch, the Cranberries, and Juice WRLD. These are going to be leaving tomorrow afternoon, so if you do like them, get them while you can. Battle Bus is still here, vehicle accessories are the same, Lisa's still here, and by the looks of it, same special offers and bundles as before. Now, moving on to our mission rewards, or more specifically, V-Bucks. In a power level 19 retrieve the data, we do have 150 V-Bucks, and over in Twine Peaks, in a power level 100 retrieve the data, right over here, we got another 50 V-Bucks. Combine that with your daily missions, that's going to be 200 to 250 V-Bucks for the day, which is beautiful. But moving over to our mission rewards, power level 64, fight category 2 storm mission, we got the vacuum tube sniper that, as I mentioned before, is just a continuous bolt of electricity that does really good damage against water husks, and it does have the chain lightning ability. But speaking of that chain lightning, in a power level 64 Ride the Lightning, we got my favorite melee weapon in the game, the vacuum tube sword. This does chain lightning as well, as long as you eliminate one husk with it, and with how high the damage is with this thing, that's not going to be an issue. Over in Twine Peaks, in a power level 82 resupply mission, we do have, where are you at? There we go. Ignoring the Videotech Blazer, we got the Ceiling Electric Field, which is a great trap to use to eliminate a lot of the weaker husks, leaving you to focus more on the bigger threats. Let's see. We do have in a power level 124 evacuate the shelter, the wall darts, which are a really great set of traps to use. You're able to fire this thing from 3 tiles away. It does piercing damage, and honestly, it does do quite well, not as much damage as the broadside, but because nobody's able to use the broadsides correctly, let's just have them opt with the wall darts, because that seems to be the only way that people are actually able to use traps correctly. In a power level 132, retrieve the data, we do have the tar pit available. Ignoring the dissector, that's a horrible spear to use. The tar pits are one of the few traps that are able to stop a smasher in the middle of its charging animation, so I would highly recommend getting this and powering it up as much as possible. We also got in a power level 140, retrieve the data, a legendary elite survivor, and another one is actually in a power level 124, Ride the Lightning, but in Ventures. So I'm not able to show you that yet. I haven't gotten that high up in Ventures. But these legendary elite survivors are important to power up your power level and gain access to the more difficult missions here. And over at the Llama shop, we got 2 free upgrade llamas, which, ooh, as I can see on my screen, I get a copy of the Stormblade, which is the best melee weapon in Save the World. Reason being is because it's got that very secretive 6 perk, where every time you crit with this weapon causes a huge explosion, meaning that every time you swing at an enemy, there's a chance that you are able to blow up the husks around you as well. But we also got 2 super range llamas available, which give you everything under the sun, from SMGs, pistols, shotgun, snipers, anything that you can think of. As you can see on my screen, I got either the helium shotgun or the Vindertech burster. I hate the shotgun. I hate the helium shotgun. It's supposed to cause an explosion, doesn't do jack. The Vindertech burster did get a little bit of a buff of almost about a year ago. Let's see. Mercury LMG, great light machine gun to use. Feels like you're shooting a bottomless pit. Vindertech Blazer, Sunsetter, horrible sniper. Thumper, a decent rocket launcher or grenade launcher. Terminator is another LMG to use, almost like the Mercury LMG, except unlike the Mercury LMG, you're able to change the Terminator to whatever element you want. You also got the Vigilante, you got the Panther, and 1,000 Snowflake tickets, which is honestly not that bad. And there's nothing available, nothing available in the event shop or the weekly shop. So, as I've stated before, it all depends on the person who purchases these llamas. You can have a completely different loadout compared to what I have on my screen, so log on in and see what kind of rewards you got waiting for you. And that about does it for today. Honestly, I am so happy to see that we got so many V-Bucks in Save the World today, as well as a lot of great mission rewards. A lot of vacuum tubes weapons that will help us out a lot during the Frozen Fjord season. Tar pits, 2 mythic lead survivors, or not mythic, legendary lead survivors, which either way is great. And I'm honestly so happy to see that. But other than that, if you guys like my content, why not leave a like? And if you guys want to get more updates regarding the game, why not drop a follow? Until then, as always, stay safe and game on!